at work, they'd be like, "Oh, you'll be here till you're 65." No, I will not be.
Yeah.
I'm standing on that I will not be in here at 65. So, Bill, if you're watching this, Garrett, you will not be my boss later on. I promise you, brother. I am working for something way bigger than that. How you do small things is how you do everything. You get one life. You get the time that we living right now. That's all you get.
Like, what if I lose the job, or what if it doesn't pan out with our business,
So either buckle up now, or you're gonna get left behind. It's 2025, bro. My name is Zoom. Welcome to the Grind Theory, where hustle meets strategy. We invite winners into our circle. You are invited. Yo, this is your boy Zoom, and we back with another episode of the Grind Theory, but it's gonna be a little different today. This is the start of season 2, and I got a co-host with me. That's my homie Trevor.
What up?
Basically, we are going to be talking about work ethic. Maybe what goes into it, how you maybe develop a good work ethic. And yeah, the next 9 episodes are going to be categorized. He's going to be on all 10 of them. So he's going to be a familiar face. Yeah. How you feel about work ethic?
I feel like it's not really something you're born with, but has to be instilled in you. And I don't know.
He said, I don't know. I don't know. I see it like this. I say work ethic, like nowadays, like the younger generation, are cooked.
Cooked.
Maybe not everyone, but
Not everyone.
like it's almost like as time goes on, nobody wants to work.
I think there is a lot of that in the world right now. But, I mean, take you for an example, right? You came from a place where not a lot of people really did work, right?
Yeah, no, hell no.
And you kind of turn that on its head. And whereas me, most of my family did work, and except me. Except me. I had to like completely relearn later on in life how to work. Honestly, I was late to the game.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it though.
Nah,
Shit.
no shame in that.
Shit, I know people that's never worked a day in their life. It's either it's selling drugs or, just doing it the wrong way. There's always a right way. You don't got to do it the wrong way. But I will say that when you do recognize, like, you have to work, in order to, like, provide a living, I feel like it's not hard. It's really not hard to wake up, go do a job, and go home. Especially, and I feel like it really boils down to wanting. Like, I feel like work ethic is a choice. It's not something you really develop in a sense. It's if you wake up every day to choose to go to work, you're slowly, like, I feel like that's developing a work ethic just by getting up and going. That's like the first step.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just making that choice every day was like, where are your priorities at, And are you able to like delay gratification, and look towards the future? Because I think a lot of that is where a lot of that comes from, like to make that choice. Yeah, it's nice to stay in bed another 30 minutes, and get some extra sleep, but really that's instant gratification. Are you willing to just like make the hard choice in that moment, get up and get out of bed?
I've seen something, and I'm gonna quote it from here. It says, "Hard work won't guarantee success, but laziness guarantees failure." Again, you can work your ass off your whole life, and you may not be as successful, but you still chose to work, to avoid the laziness, and I just feel like that right there, that little quote right there sticks to me because it's like you ever hear somebody be like, man, all I do is work and I'm still broke. You know, you ever hear somebody say that? I hear everybody
Definitely
say,
heard that.
but I feel like it's that it's that ethic that keeps them going. You know, that want, the want, and I feel like that's like the biggest thing is to, and I feel like also work ethic it has a big thing on who you put yourself around. Like if you're around a bunch of lazy fuckers or people that don't want, you're gonna end up just like them. That's how I see it.
100%. You're a product of your environment, and you only know what you see, right?
Yeah.
So most people, they don't really even know that there's another way to life when they're stuck in environments like that. We got it pretty good here, where we're at. Like we are pretty much exposed to everything, especially with like the internet and public schools and all that, but yeah, poverty is a tough place to get out of, I would say. Crime, it's a lifestyle in its own. I think work ethic itself is a lifestyle.
I would agree. I would definitely agree with that. Um, I would say so. Like when I was 15, I used to tell my grandpa like, I can't wait till I'm 18, buy my own car, drive my own car, do all that. But he told me he's like, you can't do none of that without a job. So my first job was a dishwasher at McAdoo's restaurant. Shout out McAdoo's. Um,
McAdoo's.
uh, but we know what's crazy is that every check I got, he took it from me. Straight up. It wasn't a lot. It was like maybe 150 a week or something, if I remember. But he just took it from me.
For what?
You know what he told me? You don't have no bills. What do you need money for? I ain't understand it for the longest.
What do you understand now?
So, and then I quit it. I quit the job. I ended up quitting it. Wanted to have fun during summer and all that shit. So, and I tell him like, what? Like, can I have all the money that you took from me? So when I turned 16, I got my permit and stuff. And uh, he's like, no, when you get your permit, you can have the money. I still didn't understand it. So I'm like, all right. So boom, I go. It took me like 10 times to pass my thing. I get it. So then I go to him like, look, I got my permit. Can I have the money that you took from me that I had saved up? Whatever. So then he was like, yes, but I'm not giving it to you. We're gonna go get you a car with it. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Fair enough. Boom, I get a car, blah, blah, blah. But that right there, like, took me a while to understand it. But I feel like it helped me learn that you got to work to have things. Like even being 15, 16, and like now it kind of taught me discipline too, in a sense, like with your money and stuff like that. So I feel like if you have somebody that can like structure you as a young adult, I feel like you do have a better chance in life later on, just because you learned before the mistake. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just a little story I had to tell you. But that right there blew my mind for the longest. Like, why am I even working if you just taking my money? But it did teach me something, for sure.
Delayed gratification. There you go. That's crazy though, because I mean, for the longest time, I was just told I had potential and told I was smart and that I was gonna like amount to something, right? And I had this on my shoulders, like, and expectations, but I was never really either told that you have to work for it, or I just never really listened to it. Probably the latter, right? I never really listened to the fine print where, you actually got to work for this stuff though.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to realize that.
And shit, like I said, everybody's different in a sense. Like, I got friends. I'm not gonna say their names. I wouldn't do that to y'all, but I got friends that I try to preach this to. Like, the work, like, in order to have things, you have to work. No matter what it is, you could be pushing a broom for 10 hours. You could be scrubbing toilets. It don't matter what it is, or even though you can even freelance, be a photographer, whatever. You still gotta have good work ethic. Like let's say I'm a photographer and I go do some half-ass photography. You think they're gonna call me? No. It just boils down, and I feel like a lot of the people that don't like to work was just like influenced by the wrong shit.
Either that or they're lazy or they think just kind of delusional, you know, they think they'll get it an easier way.
Like a random blessing.
Yeah, I mean, or they think someone else is going to take care of them and you know, they might not even know this, right?
Right.
That's where the delusion is, you know, but and a lot of people do get taken care of by other people or on the flip side of that, you know, take care of the weaker ones, you know? Like something's always being held up by a leader or someone stronger.
I've seen another quote. It says, "How you do small things is how you do everything." How you feel about that statement?
I mean, I'd say I agree with that. It's kind of how, like you were talking about before, whether you're pushing a broom or you're an executive at a, you know, Fortune 500, um, work is important. And like I'm passionate about the things that I do, passionate about, you know, our work. We work together. I'd say we're probably the hardest workers there. You know, not gonna tip my own cap here, but we fucking work hard at our day job, and I'm passionate about it because you know that represents me.
Yeah.
That represents me, and whether it's my day job or like yeah, doing chores, cleaning my house,
Yeah.
yeah, doing laundry. I like the way I fold my laundry. It
The
looks
little
good.
things.
It feels good. That's part of, you know, I'd say that's part of it right there. Some people aren't like that though.
No.
And really at the end of the day, does it matter? Probably not so much. Does it make you feel good though? Maybe I'm a little OCD.
He said maybe I'm a little OCD. I mean, it made me feel like, truthfully, I get up every day. Some days, Tim Bill's gonna see this. Some days he might call me because I sleep in a little bit, but that happens, you know. That's the grind. That's what happens when you do too much, you know.
Hey, you still make it.
But I will say, shout out Tim Bill, my boss. He saved me. My plant has shut down like maybe 3 years ago. He come over there. But the reason he came over there is because the people at my plant had told them that I was a good worker. So Tim not even knowing me, comes over there and basically recruits me to go where I am now with you guys, Sunseeker. And I felt like that's right there is based off of work ethic, you know. For somebody that never seen me work, never even met me, based off of rumors, he wanted to hire me. And I felt like if stuff like that matters, bro. And that's why it's like some of my friends, I got a couple friends that don't like to work. They think that I don't know what they think, but I try to tell them all the time that like you get one life, you get the time that we living right now. That's all you get. So either buckle up now, or you're gonna get left behind. It's 2025, bro. Like life, 10 years ago is just totally. Even 5 years ago is different. I feel like. Look at the economy. I mean, look at our work. Sometimes we slow down, stuff like that. I just feel like this year, like if you don't have a good work ethic by 2025, like if you're our age, I'm praying for you. I'm praying that you figure it out because this world is the world keeps moving. It don't slow down.
Yeah, the world is going to keep moving with or without you. Believe that. And life is short and time moves faster every year for me. You know, I got a little bit of time on you here. And Yeah, you think it moves fast now. But you're right. It's time is the most valuable thing that we have, and it's something we can never get back.
What is one thing that motivates you?
You know, honestly, it's not even like, because, you know, the first thing that comes to my mind is obviously money, right? But it's really not even money. Like, I'm comfortable financially, and we make a good living, an honest living. Really just healthy relationships with the people around me, with my family, with my girlfriend, friends, and yeah, just quality time, man. And if I have money, if I'm financially secure, then, you know, it takes the stress off.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say finances are like should be the like everybody's first important thing. Um, I know like from when I was younger, when I didn't have money, I used to be mad. I used to be sad, depressed, pissed off all the time. But it's like when I was able to make an income and see it, like this is mine. That was my biggest motivation. And it's crazy, but money is like my biggest motivation. When I see money, and that's probably everybody. There's probably a lot of people that say that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because I heard this one time. It said, "What would fix a depressed person? $1 million in the bank." You think that's true?
Do you?
I mean, yeah, in a sense. Like, think about it if you was like dead broke, right? Most people that are broke and got no money either A are sad, depressed, like just down, just don't feel like nothing at that point. Unless you're just used to not having money and don't care. But I know when I don't have money, I'm gonna figure out a way to get the money, and I'm gonna be in a shitty mood until I do. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like that's true in a sense, and I feel like that's why like some people take advantage of life because it's like like a lot of people don't look at the little things. I feel like being able to just have a job is a blessing. There's people out there that can't even get jobs.
For sure.
And I feel like that'll break down somebody's work ethic. Like I know prisoners that can't even go get a job. Let alone why would he sit there and think about working if he can't get a job or vice versa. I feel like there's a lot that goes into a work ethic, and I feel like it's really not hard to do. Just gotta want, man. And $1 million in the bank would definitely fix a depressed person.
Agree to disagree.
Think so?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's just, having dealt with depression, having had money and not had money. Yeah, I don't think you can find happiness externally. I mean, it might make life a little easier to bear, I suppose. You might have some material things that you didn't before. But yeah, I mean, if you're depressed, if you're unhappy, that's coming from within,
I mean, I guess you got a point.
And that's, I think, a lot of people's problems these days. They see, well, social media, right? They see the best parts of people's lives because that's all that's shown to people on social media. Usually is the best parts of people's lives, and then they compare their lives, right? And since it doesn't meet those standards, those expectations, then they feel like they're missing something, and only something like that would fix them. But in a situation like that, then you're always going to be looking for the next thing to fix you when really you should be looking inward. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. I ain't really look at it that deep.
Which is why, I say like I'm not, I used to, yeah, just be like financially driven, or I would think that if I just got enough money or just got this vehicle or this place to live or this girl or whatever, that was going to make me happy. None of it ever did. I have more money now than I ever have, and I'm less worried about it now. So it's kind of like a paradox, I guess. I've also done a lot of work in other areas of my life get to this place. Do you think like your work ethic has evolved?
100%.
So I think the reason why I asked that is because like what's acceptable to me now, was not acceptable to me like 5 years ago or even like 2 years ago, right? So like I got a job, I've had it for so many years, and that's been fine. But like, what if I lose the job, or what if it doesn't pan out with our business? There's still got to be a backup plan, and not only that, but there's still got to be like side hustle,
Yeah.
right? Right? There's what's acceptable to me now, was not acceptable to me then. So like, there's more out there, I guess is what I'm trying to say, which is kind of like the vibe I get from you, right? Like there's which motivates me, right? I'm here. You asked me to be here, and I'd say this is work, right? You're working towards something,
Yeah.
trying to build something here. Just because we got a job and go to a job every day, that alone is no longer acceptable.
Facts. I see what you're saying.
Because there's more out there, There's more. I mean, honestly, there's more people to help and money to be made. Let's be real, right?
No, yeah. You ain't lying. That you are not lying about. Because I feel like 5 years ago, I wouldn't be doing this. 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been thinking like, oh, I'm going to do a podcast.
Right.
I'm just going to work. I mean, that's all I did. Like, yeah, there's a couple things I did on the side, but it's like, I feel like as you grow, you always evolve to an extent in every category of your life. But when it comes to like this, I'm choosing to start this podcast. I'm choosing to come here and do this, because I feel like, I'm still working. I may not be paid for it, but I'm trying to get to that point to get paid from it.
100%.
So it's a drive for sure.
Absolutely. And I mean, it like no glazing here. Like it honestly is impressive, like the work you put in outside of work, because, like I don't even consider, our day job like work. It's just a job. Like what's our passion, What's the passion? I feel like that's the real, like, I don't know.
Now you see why I say, like, at work, they'll be like, oh, you'll be here till you're 65. No, I will not be.
Yeah.
I'm standing on that I will not be in here at 65. So, Bill, if you're watching this, Garrett, you will not be my boss later on. I promise you, brother. I am working for something way bigger than that. No offense, Garrett. I like you. But promise you, I will pull up there one day in a Ferrari. I might even give you one. But I promise you, I won't be in that factory until I'm 65.
Hey, and Buell, I'm winning the Powerball, not you.
Yeah. He is, not you.
No, I've been playing the lottery, bro.
Yeah.
Never in my life. I mean, it's up to over $1 billion.
And what is, I think you get like $500,000.
You get about half a billion, bro.
$500 million.
$500 million. Then I wouldn't have to work at all. Yeah. Would you work if you won the lottery?
This is kind of bad to say because we're on the subject of work ethic, but
fuck it.
No.
No.
But I will put a lot of people to work. I will make sure the people that don't get to work, they got a job. I would make work. I would create work. I would still keep that ethic going, because I feel like just because you made it, you shouldn't stop. You should just keep expanding. Yeah, take a break because I feel like you deserve it. But I feel like my work ethic will never stop. Only because, like, I gotta keep going constantly. I don't care what I'm doing. If it's a hobby, even if I don't make money from it, or even if it's just networking. Like there's times I go on the weekends and just I'll go to bars to pass out cards and shit, grind theory cards, and I feel like that boils down to work ethic. Like I feel like anything you do to put into yourself that could make yourself better is similar to work ethic in a sense. Even though you're not going to work, but you're working on yourself.
Well, it's an investment, yeah. Time and money into a larger, picture, bigger picture type stuff,
Yeah.
Kind of how like what you're doing here, which is awesome, by the way.
Thanks, brother.
Keep it up, man.
Oh,
I'm fucking honored to be here, man.
I'm coming, bro. I'm
It's,
not. I'm telling you, Mr. D Boogie Brown gave me a goal, 100 videos, and I'm standing on it. You will see episode 100 on my channel at some point, way down the road, but it's gonna be there.
So Aaron had something, right? It was the if someone like speaking to the people out there, right? People who want to know how to develop a work ethic. How do you develop a work ethic?
How?
Yeah.
Man, you gotta want.
Gotta want.
You gotta learn how to want. You gotta learn what to do. Like when I say what to do, as in like obviously, first thing is wanting. You want a job, go get it. You want a car, you gotta work for it. I feel like it's steps to it. Like I said,
So goals.
yeah. I would say little goals.
Small goals, short-term
Small
goals.
Small turn to large. I feel like once you figure out, once you get in a pattern, like a routine, it kind of sticks with a lot of people. Like, and you don't even realize it.
Absolutely.
Like I said, back to the story I said, when I was dishwashing, I hated it. But I was there for like 7 months, and the whole time I was like, why was I even there for 7 months? So I was like washing dishes for 7 months. But it was like a routine because I wanted the money. I wanted this. I wanted that. So it's like, I just feel like you gotta really be into yourself to develop a good work ethic. Because if you just don't care, like if you walk around with a don't care attitude, your shit's gonna fall apart all around, I feel like.
Yeah, so like a common theme with all those things you just listed. You gotta want it, you gotta develop it. Routine. It takes time. That's where I'm at, right? Nothing happens overnight. Like I didn't develop a work ethic overnight. I didn't, build my finances overnight. I didn't get to the point where I'm comfortable in life overnight. And there's a difference between, complacency and contentedness, right? Like you can be content with where you're at and not be complacent. You can always want a little bit more, right?
Oh yeah.
But everything takes time. Everything takes time. And maybe some people, they don't believe enough in themselves or the system or the world or whatever. And they just don't really feel like it's possible for them. Or they don't want to put in the time that it takes.
Do you ever feel like you're running out of time?
I feel like I'm always late.
Always late.
So yeah. Do you mean like in a grander sense?
Like in life, like do you ever feel like you're stressed? Like let's say if something don't go right. Let's put it into a different perspective. Like you ever been to the point to where like you're paycheck to paycheck?
No.
No. So the people that might be watching this might be able to understand it, but like I used to be paycheck to paycheck. I'm talking about when I first 18, boom, got an apartment. And I always felt like I was running out of time. Like always nervous, always like anxiety ridden.
Sure. Yeah.
And it was just like damn, and like I always thought like months ahead, like I have like boom, 4 months, right? There's 4 weeks in a month. 4 checks, boom, I paid rent, blah, blah, blah. I pay this, and that. I got $300 out of the month. I always used to look like further ahead, like fuck, like I have to be at I have to be here by this time. And then by that, when the time came, I was never where I wanted to be. And like I used to stress myself out over it. I used to get like anxiety over it. I always felt like I was running out of time. And mind you, I was like 19 or 18 at the time. You never felt that way? Maybe even just over, maybe not just finances, but just in general.
I've definitely felt anxiety about things like that. Yeah. No, I think that's a good thing. I think that's what helped you develop, your good habits now. Like that's like you said, you were thinking about the future, maybe a little too much, maybe not, and that's where, now being a little bit more mature, we can try to find a balance, right? But I don't know, maybe that's what helped you early on was that anxiety, that fear, like, oh, I'm gonna be fucked if I don't do this and do this, right?
Yeah.
But it seems like what you're talking about was like setting you up for success, making sure you had all your ducks in a row. And when you didn't, that's where the anxiety came from.
That makes sense.
And I think that's good. I think a lot of people who are still working on this area of their life don't have that fear of, oh yeah, what am I gonna do to pay this month's rent? They just don't care, or they get somebody else to pay it, or they commit crimes or whatever.
Yeah. So for whoever's watching this, please just want to work. Please learn how to work on yourself. Please learn how to uplift yourself because I'm telling you, you don't have to do it the bad way. You don't have to do it the illegal way. You can literally just be a happy, good civilian, okay, and just be a part of the world, man. Just vibe. Just be good people. Work, take care of your family, your bills. It's really not hard, man. And I'm saying this for a lot of the people my age because this generation is cooked. It's just cooked. It's like I just hear stories from older people, like 50 years old, 40 years old, tell me how like the world's just so different because they got to see it back then. We didn't. We are entering a world they've already been through. So I feel like this episode, I really want to aim for people in my age group, even younger. Let's start younger too.
Yeah, you
Because-
ain't that young anymore.
No, I'm not. I'm 26, but I'm halfway to 50. That's how I see it. Gotta see it like that, man.
You are running out of time.
I'm running out of time.
Nah, bro, you're young. You ain't even in your prime yet. This generation is, a little behind the curve, I would say. In some areas, but in other areas, they're way ahead. They're way ahead of like the baby boomers and stuff like that, dude. Way ahead. We have access to so much more knowledge and just like
AI.
just unlimited amounts of knowledge at the click of a button in our pockets all the time. And I think that's part of the problem and is a good thing. Like can be the solution, right? A lot of people have made careers on the internet, right? Have learned a lot to build a career outside of the internet, whatever. But a lot of things do lead back to the internet.
Yeah, the internet is it's strong. It's very strong.
It is vast. No, man, it's been great being here for the first time. And I think we had a productive conversation. And I hope somebody out there can get something from it. And that's why I'm here.
It's your boy Zoom, and we are done with episode 1. Stay tuned, hit the sub button, and yeah, I'm out.